Thanks to the support as a channel member, Chris Graves. Oh, it's that time again, boys and girls. A genuine backdoor Kev in this one. Like, this is a proper one that snuck up on me because I said in the previous episode I'd show you the top of the table clash against Maidstone if we were in with a title shot. I didn't show you that because we weren't in with a title shot. Neither are Maidstone. They've crumbled down the league, but we go into the final two games of the season just 1 point behind Maidenhead. This was unexpected. Hello and welcome to part 70 of Wembley to Wembley. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have those final two games of the season at home against Farnborough and away against Hungerford. And since you were last with me, it's all gone off. As mentioned, Maidstone absolutely fallen apart. They were top of the league for so long. I think that's where we beat them, or somewhere around here is where we beat them to knock them down a bit. But they've fallen all the way down to 5th place. But Maidenhead have come through to replace them, and we've followed, kind of dragging along in their slipstream. This is our fixtures since the last episode. Obviously, we had a very rough run of form, and then we won a gazillion games in a row. When we lost to Chippenham at home, I thought that was it. I thought it was all over, but we've then gone to Welling and beaten them. And yeah, we find ourselves 1 point behind, 2 games to go. We have to play... Where are we? We are at home against Farnborough. Farnborough are down in 22nd place and already relegated. So you'd like to think that's one we should be able to win. While we're doing that, Maidenhead are playing... Where are Maidenhead? They're at home against Hungerford. Hungerford are in 10th place. So to be fair, you'd expect Maidenhead to win that one as well. And then on the last day of the season, we are away against Hungerford, who hopefully will be... wanting to, I mean, they're having a big say on what goes on in this title race, aren't they? So we play them as well, while Maidenhead go away from home against Tunbridge, who are wowzers, also in the title race. Tunbridge are pretending we don't exist at the moment. Tunbridge are thinking they've still got the possibility to win the league. So potentially that is the door being open for us. If Tunbridge, who are also in great form, can beat Maidenhead at home on the last day, whilst we win both of our matches, we'll win the league via the back door. That's the dream, and goodness me, do we need the dream, because the team is, I mean, they're dropping like stones, contract-wise. Obviously, the financial situation is an absolute disaster. As it stands at the moment, everybody's contract expires not next month because it's only April, but at the end of June, apart from Blaine Scowen, who we've given an extension to because he agreed to a cheap extension, and he's just very handy to have. If we're going to have a small squad, having a man who can play in about 8 different positions in it is very useful. As you can see, he does end up playing a lot of matches despite not really being a regular starter in any of them. So it's probably not the most obvious first name to have his contract renewed, but he's cheap and he's versatile. And whatever league we're in next year, I think we're going to need a player like that. But everybody else is out of contract. And yeah, it's going to be a tough old summer if today doesn't go our way. So let's just get on with it, I guess. If we don't beat Farnborough, it's all for nothing anyway. So it's Jacob in goal, a back four of Machiavelli, Hughes, Bamba and Scowen playing right back today. Yates, McLaren, Marrow and Best in midfield. As you can see, we've shuffled the midfield around a little bit and are now playing Mikey McLaren in a more attacking role just to try and get him more involved further forward, because when we were playing the two big strong boys in there, it wasn't really working when they were just tackling. But Hamilton also hasn't been great as a creator. McLaren played that role for the last few games, playing quite well. And then, of course, it is Ennis and McLennan up front. Let's get this team submitted and hopefully pick up the win, because if we don't win, it really does take the sting out of the episode, because unless, of course, Maidenhead lose as well. Of course, the one other thing that I guess is a positive is that if we do end up in the playoffs, we are going into them in pretty good form, although obviously if we do bottle these last couple of matches, that does take a little bit of a hit to the form, especially as we recently lost to Chippenham as well. But over the course of our last 10 matches, we're the form team in the league. So at the moment, things are looking very good. But we just need to drag ourselves over the finish line, win both our matches, hope Tunbridge do us a favour. We kind of want them to still be alive in the race going into the final day, so they've got a reason to forget that sentence. Hungerford have taken the lead against Maidenhead. Nothing else matters right now. That is the most important thing currently happening. And Yates, my goodness me, that did, I mean, it said in the commentary, that did deserve a goal. He absolutely thunders it from the edge of the area, comes back off the post, and we've got another corner. It's going to be Ennis to take the in-swinger. He can't direct it goalwards. Someone outside has decided now's the time to start drilling, just as I'm doing a very important football match. But there is your confirmation. Hungerford ahead against Maidenhead. So as it stands right now, even with us not yet ahead in this game, we're level on points with Maidenhead, albeit with them having a better goal difference. So it's not going to be enough for us to just draw and hope that makes it okay. What I was saying is obviously we want Tunbridge to still be in the title race going into the final day, so they have an incentive to try and beat Maidenhead, because obviously if Maidenhead win and Tunbridge have got no way to go up, there's a very good chance they then just save themselves for the playoffs, and obviously we don't want that. We need Tunbridge to be fully motivated to hopefully open that door up for us. Maidstone are winning 2-0 as well, so they're not completely out of it yet, although actually in terms of automatic promotion they kind of are, but they're trying to get their form up and running again heading into the playoffs. And obviously if they can sort themselves out heading into the playoffs, they'll be feeling quite good. Maidenhead now 2-1 up over Hungerford, which does spoil things a little bit, because if we're going to the last day like this, we're 3 points behind and they've got 10 better on the goal difference, and it's pretty much all over. So we need a goal now in our game. Marrow to Scowen. Scowen floats it over, looking for McLennan at the far post. He can't get there, but Yates can. I'm really happy about that drilling noise. I hope you can't hear it. It's very loud for me. Tom Best has hit the post now. Is it going to be one of those days? We've hit the post twice. Goodness me. Come on, offer some encouragement, and for goodness sake, won't somebody score a football goal? McLaren into McLennan. It took a big deflection. It's another corner. We are bombarding the Farnborough goal. At what point do we go attacking, knowing that a draw is absolutely no use to us in the current circumstances? Is that a penalty kick? No, it's a free kick to Farnborough. I think we've got to go attacking now. Ordinary circumstances would be, yeah, this is fine. This is going all right. We've got to win. There's no two ways about it. We have to win this football match. And now Farnborough, with the corner of their own, this is their first attacking highlight we've seen in the match. So presumably they're going to score from it and just do a big turd on my dinner plate, as I'm hoping that we're going to drag ourselves out of all of our financial problems with promotions, just multiple promotions, fix the finances that way. There's been a couple of people in the comments actually who've said, Kev, why don't you do friendlies against big Premier League teams to make some money? Same reason I never do that. Same reason I don't do... is that the crossbar again? It is the crossbar again. The same reason I don't do affiliate parent clubs. I don't do any stuff that is just cheesing the game. So yeah, we're not going to be doing that, boys and girls. We're going to do this the right way, or it isn't going to get done. That's how it works. Tom Best is not having a great day. Phelan's going to come on for him. We need a hero, and we've taken Tom Best off with 20 minutes to go. The comment section is furious, but he was on a yellow card and a 6.3. He's not covered himself in glory today. Hamilton's come on in midfield as well. In fact, I am going to shake the midfield up a little bit and put McLaren to that role, and we'll have him playmaking in that role. Do we push Phelan and Yates on? Maybe with 10 minutes to go. Oh no, don't give away a penalty. Well, that's it. It's all over. We are not going to get promoted this season. Well, we're not going to get automatic promotion because we've decided to bottle it on the second to last day. Unless Hungerford do us a massive favour now. That's it. It's finished. We'll push them two forward now. Obviously, Best is now off the pitch. And yeah, this is not ideal. One other thing that I probably could have mentioned in amongst all the excitement early on, I'll mention it now. We got a couple of short-term loans in. We'd used to pull our long-term loans for the season. There you go. We got Neil Hunt in on that. We're not using these guys. There was another guy, I think. I can't even remember his name. Just to pad out the squad going into the final few matches. They're not players that we have any intention of using. He says potentially bringing Hunt on. Larson on in midfield, maybe. Very attacking. Even Even an equaliser would be nice. I mean, this literally hands Maidenhead the title as it stands right now, and means we're in rubbish form going into the playoffs, which makes the playoffs an awful lot harder to win. Jacob holds on to it, but we're showing no fire, no imagination. Jacob lumping it forward to Yates. And now it's with Machiavelli, who plays it over the top to McLennan. There's still time for heroes to emerge. Square it to Ennis. He does square it to Ennis. Ennis scores. We've got an equaliser. It's still not going to be enough. I think we stay on very attacking because we've got to win the game. A draw still leaves us 3 points behind Maidenhead with a much worse goal difference. So a draw is no use. We've still got to try and win the game. So we're staying on a very attacking mentality. Have we got a late hero, or are Hungerford going to do us a very, very late favour in the other match? It doesn't look like it's going to come from us, does it? We're into the final 90 seconds. Right, there's 15 seconds of the game left and we've not got the ball and it's in our half. So I suspect if there is another goal in this, it isn't coming our way. Unless Larson tries to win the ball back, but then just kind of stops. I'm not really sure what he's done there and why. Cross comes in and, oh my word, it's chaos. I don't see how that didn't cross the line. I think it did cross the line. Now we're just hoping that Maidenhead somehow dropped points. I don't think they did, though. They didn't. So unless there's a 10-goal swing on the last day, Maidenhead are winning the league. I feel like that's unlikely. It's not impossible, but it'll be the longest shot backdoor Kev that we've ever done. 10-goal swing incoming. I just want to take a moment to thank today's episode sponsor, True Classic, which, as you can see, I am currently modelling, and I'm sure you'll agree, True Classic Active Crews are the perfect shirt to wear whilst gaming. They're super comfortable, really nice and soft, but at the same time very breathable, which when you're in an office that gets as hot as my office, having a breathable shirt is quite important. It gets hot in here. It doesn't get hot in here. That's a good thing. On top of that, they also have moisture wicking and odour control. So not only do I look good, I smell delicious as well. And I know what you're thinking. Hey, Kev, you look like you've lost some weight. I have lost some weight, but it's not just me who can take the credit for it. The shirt is doing a lot of the work as well. They're form-fitting and comfortable and just make you look good regardless of your body type. I haven't looked this good in a T-shirt for years. But even more important than how pretty I look, they are just so comfortable. I can't get over how comfortable they are. Full range of movement. I mean, I don't have to do this a lot when playing Football Manager, but obviously if I get very animated, sometimes you have to. And the shirt just moves with me, is comfortable. It's never feeling like it's like stretching or pulling in a certain direction. I don't feel restricted. And it comes in a variety of beautiful colours. I'd also like it on record too. This one's not on the True Classic brief, but this is the first time in about 5 years I've got into a 2XL rather than my usual 3XL, and I'm very happy about it. So big thumbs up to True Classic for sending me shirts in a selection of sizes. When I asked for my usual 3XL, and they were like, no, Kev, seriously, I think a 2XL will be fine on you. And goodness me, were they right? And what's more, we've got you a lovely little discount as well. So make sure you head over to trueclassictees.com/LOLLUJO right now to save yourself some money on some very nice t-shirts. And top tip for you folks, bundle them up, because True Classic have an add more, save more deal where the more items you add, the bigger your discount becomes. So go buy a load of stuff. As you can see, I got myself a few. There's loads more behind me down there. I'm just very excited to be in this new 2XL world. So once again, that link is trueclassictees.com/LOLLUJO. It's the top of the description below. Get down there, get yourself some shirts, and thank you very much to True Classic for sponsoring this video. And here we go. No changes to the team for the final day because we don't have any players to change with. The other guy, by the way, that I signed on loan, short-term loan, was Jamal Jules, because the team were kicking off that we didn't have sufficient depth in goal. I mean, that would have been handy earlier in the season when Jacob was injured. If Jacob hadn't have broken his arm when we did, we'd have won the league. I mean, we had those couple of matches when he first broke his arm. I think we lost 3-0 and 5-0 when we were in really, really good form. But we had nobody in goal. It was effectively a greyed out goalkeeper. It might as well have been. And that definitely cost us. We do now have a backup keeper, but a bit late now, isn't it? The money, the financial situation cost us. We couldn't afford a proper backup keeper, and that's what happened. McLennan is in, and Yates is in, and it's offside. Well, we had the ball in the back of the net, after a minute. If we're going to do a 10-goal swing, we need to score early, and we need Tunbridge to score early and often for both of us. And Maidenhead are already winning. So, yeah, I mean, I was trying to keep this one interesting. It ain't happening, is it? We're going to finish second or third, I guess. I mean, typical. Done in by stupid dick. Well, okay. I mean, Maidstone back up to third, so they're now in good form. We're really stumbling in our last 4 matches now. We've lost to Chippenham, potentially going to lose to Hungerford, only drew against whoever it was we played in the last game. That is not the kind of form that wins playoffs. And as we know, Maidstone are a very, very good team who are now hitting form again at the right time, dragging themselves back up the league. I think it's all but guaranteed Maidstone are going to win the playoffs, and we're going to be in this league for another year with no money and no players, which is going to lead to an interesting summer. I mean, we're not giving up just yet, but I am a realist. We really do. If any of you are really rich, if you want to take over the club and invest like £3 million, I'm not asking a lot, 3 million would sort us out until the championship. We don't need loads of money, just enough money to not have to worry about money ever again. I'm not asking for a lot. We just need to be rich enough so that money doesn't really matter and we can focus on the football. That's all we really want, just to be very, very wealthy. I don't think that's too much to ask. I'm demanding more. There's not really much point. I think the players know that obviously it counts for nothing. It doesn't matter. They know we needed the 10-goal swing coming in. They'll also have found out at half-time, if not before, that Maidenhead are winning in their game. And I mean, I imagine in this situation, it is going to be very hard for them to motivate themselves. And frankly, it's their job to motivate themselves. I shouldn't have to do that. I'm just the manager. I shouldn't have to motivate them. McLennan, who's come very, very deep here trying to get the ball, which I guess is nice, but I'd rather he got up the other end and scored a goal with it. McLennan, I'm losing the ability to talk. Scowen now to Best, who's been very, very noticeable by his absence in these significant matches at the end of the season. And McLennan has now hit... How many times have we hit the woodwork in these last 2 matches, by the way? We are not getting any luck go our way, are we? Best has won a free kick here. I think it's probably going to be his final contribution before we bring Phelan on again. There's Scowen at the far post, but can't get there ahead of the goalkeeper. And Tom Best has been absolutely rubbish in both of these matches today. We don't have another striker to bring on, which is a little bit unfortunate. In fact, I might have been a little bit reactionary and a little bit harsh there. We'll take off McLennan and put Best up front. Give him a little while up front. Neil Hunt is going to come on and make his debut at right back as well, because why on earth not? We might need him in the playoffs. We may as well give him 20 minutes to try and get some kind of match fitness in place. It's Best, who seems to have gone to right back himself at the moment. Jacob lumping it forward, looking for Marrow, who does find the flick on, and now Ennis is in. Marrow's got the ball back, though. Marrow plays it across to McLaren. McLaren shoots from range, which is all we're really doing now. Between Best, McLennan and Ennis, they've probably got 60 goals this season. Yet, these last few matches, we've looked like we've never scored a goal before in our lives. We just don't look like doing it. Which, I mean, it's very bottly, isn't it? We've done really well this season until we've stopped doing really well, and now it's really rubbish. Hamilton's going to come on and play as the playmaker, like he did in the last match. It didn't make any difference then either. We'll go very attacking. We'll berate the players. We've got to do something. I don't want to go into the playoffs off of a defeat, because that is not how you win. Oh, God, Maidstone won 7-1. Whatever happened to them around about the time we beat them and they fell off the top of the league, they've recovered from it, haven't they? So Maidstone have basically got the playoffs wrapped up. We may as well not bother playing in them. Goodness me, what an anticlimax that is. Well, we've got the playoffs tomorrow, and who knows? Maybe we'll win then. Oh, God. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.